This is Roguewing, Corlane, Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Alright, good bit of news. Just decanted the mold, and it looks like I've got at least 2 usable pockets in there, hopefully all 3. See what I can do about mixing up some Alumilite, casting some landing pads. Not far from moment of truth time. The Alumilite's in the molds. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. One of the things I like about Alumilite is it sets really fast. Give it a few more minutes, and then I'll demold the landing pads and see what I've got. Alright, I've demolded the new pads, and for the most part they've turned out alright. There's some issues on this one, but the other 2 are definitely usable. So I lucked out, the mold worked, and truth be told, the only problem with this one's got nothing to do with the mold, it has to do with the poor mix I had. I probably didn't mix the Alumilite up as well as I should have. But now, between those and the stock kit parts, I'll have enough landing pads to do what I need to do with Alpha. Decided to do a second batch of the launch pads because looking at the first set, not all of them were that good. So this batch was a little better. We'll see what happens when I get them out of the mold. Alright, don't adjust your sets. This is basically work on the base for the Alpha Moonbase model. What I've done, I've taken some clear future and basically coated this sheet with it, and then basically just took some basic dirt, put over the top of it. I'm going to shake off the excess here in a little bit after the future's had a chance to dry, and then I'll give it a base coat of gray so I can start working with the actual pieces of the model. Second batch of bases is out. Looks like I got this batch mixed up a little better than the first one. So between the 2 batches, I'll definitely have the bases I need, or launch pads I need, to finish off that part of the Moonbase. Now, detailed cast out pretty well. Compare them to the actual kit part. So, we're getting there. Okay, continuing process with the base plate. Basically what I did is I shook off the excess dirt and I hit it with a coat of semi-gloss to help seal it down. And I just got finished hitting it with a coat of gray primer. To make it look more like the moon's surface, I'm going to go in later, after this has a chance to dry, and hit it with a coat of white. And then this will basically be ready for me to start playing around with laying out the pieces again. Alright, this is probably the last of the pre-production shots. Got the white coat on there. That bee must like the smell. Looks alright. I figure once I get the pieces of the model itself on, these bare areas will actually look more like areas that were cleared during the excavation. I figured they had to excavate a lot of area to build that base. Alright, started working on painting the base pieces themselves. Unlike with the base plate, with the base pieces, I'm going to go with a base coat of black and then do the coat of white over the top of that. That'll help give me a little difference in contrast between the base pieces and the base itself. First batch of pieces is now basically waiting for it to dry. Using the black with the white, you can see we do get some harsher shadows, which will hopefully help simulate the scale of this place once I'm actually done with it. Once I get the rest of the pieces done, it'll be time to actually start trying to put this thing together. Okay, pieces are now basically ready. There'll be some detail painting I'll need to do on the landing pads, but all in all, contrast is going to work pretty good. At this point, there's not a lot left in assembly to do. I've basically got to go in and detail the landing pads, and possibly add something to the ends of these open wires that are in place to better mimic the actual diagram of Alpha Moonbase. But all in all, I am definitely liking how this is turning out.